Yo, I lost the last episode. It's really embarrassing. It was some of my best work. We had socialist propaganda. We had calling for armed revolution. We had I fucking hate Skylar White. And I don't remember the rest. Hell, let's move on now. Never speak to me of it again. I will kill. Did you know you can unlock your latent bisexuality? Like, on some ancient Rome shit. Like, everybody. Okay, you're gonna have to, like, join me in my worldview here, which isn't really a worldview. It's more like a good evidence support. It's a worldview. You're gonna have to join me here. In like ancient Rome, ancient Greek eras, you know, everybody was bisexual. Not actually, like they weren't walking around saying I'm bisexual, but my point is exactly that. They didn't have the concept of different sexualities. People just did what they were doing. And it was regular, you know? If you liked fucking dudes, then you just liked fucking dudes. That was the only way they would ever put it. They didn't have gay. Gay was not a concept. Gay was not a thing. You were just default settings person, no matter who you had sex with. Because I be bisexual, well, technically it's pansexual because my brain decides whether or not it's attracted to somebody before it even checks their gender. Anyway, I still operate on ancient Rome rules. And I believe that humans in default settings are capable, most people are capable of attraction to both sexes. Let me be specific. To both sexes. To both genders. Wait, well, that's going to get really long. So let's just not. I'm going to use the words interchangeably, even though they're not. I know they're not. We're not. I'm not. Because it'll get so long. Okay, I'm going to assume you've joined me on ancient Rome rules, and now we can just go on, and I'm just going to speak. Most people end up straight because their mind is simply not open to being attracted to the same gender. This is fine. This is normal. This is just what happens when society is like, you must be straight. And if straight is an option for your brain, it picks that one and just ignores other things. I've seen people talk about there's no real difference between men and women. I just choose not to be gay because being gay is a choice. I just choose not to be gay. He thought he was making an anti-gay stance. He was making he's bisexual stance and just chooses not to follow his attraction to men. That's fine. That's normal. Kind of. Let's not talk about normal. That's a fair point. But that's fine. But I've seen people who went their whole life to being old, to being actually old, and then just randomly was attracted to one person of the same gender. One time. Just the one time. But it happens. It happens randomly. And I think these are people who, as they got older in life, society became more open to some gay shit. These people became more open to some gay shit. Saw their kids be gay, saw their grandchildren be gay, whatever. And suddenly their brain was just open enough that it's ancient Rome rules again, and it just goes the way it goes. This is sick. This is like unbelievable. I saw this happen, and this was the wildest evidence for ancient Rome rules ever. I've always said ancient Rome rules, but like, no, really, ancient Rome rules. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's actually nuts. And I think this explains. One of the explanations, or the main explanation for the increase in gay and trans people, not the increase, but the increase in like people actually reporting it, is because society has become less homophobic, so a lot more people are fine with saying, I be gay. But what if also society becoming less homophobic legitimately makes people more open and their brain once again capable of being attracted to the same sex just anyway? What if that's just a thing? What if you're open to it, it's more likely to happen? Because like, gay people have internalized homophobia. They be homophobic. But how many of them were homophobic before they were gay? Because I wasn't. I got the internalized homophobia now. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh, so that's just a thing that happens. And then it was a thing that happened. And I've seen people, as I said, get old and had this happen. And just suddenly, one person, one time, just be like, whoa, that dude's really, like, whoa. And I'm like, what? So it happens. Interesting. That's why there's no time where I could, like, pick a side, as it were. And I know that's, like, crazy. Like, why am I responding to, like, the biphobia or whatever? But, like, I have a preference. I don't know how many bi people like have a big preference, but I have a preference. But that's not enough for me to be like, well, I got my one side. Like, chill. Nobody's doing that. That's wasteful, you know? Because everything that I have learned in my life has led me to believe that if you are open to it, then it is possible. Do with that what you will, I suppose. I don't know how this affects anybody's life. It's not like... Did I just make an argument for, like, imbuing homophobia in children to stop them from being gay? Well, yeah, I guess, but, like, that's kind of obvious, no? Like, even if it just stops them from being gay because, like, if they do gay shit, you'll literally arrest them. Like, yeah, you can threaten people to quote-unquote not be gay or not do gay shit. People are going to do that whether I think there's a real way that could affect people or not. But it was meant to be, like, an argument for a return to the ancient Rome, ancient Greece style of thinking across the board. Because everybody just need to catch up on that. Because, like, we did it before. We've done this before. We didn't need to invent homophobia. The British did not... We didn't need to... So a brief history of colonization and how the British kind of brought homophobia to places of the planet that are now seen as so conservative by us Western and first world countries. Because we broke out of our colony status in a way that these other places haven't and are still exploited. And the intense Christian guilt and conservative nature of the place is part of the destabilization strategy. All these hella Christian African nations, they didn't invent no Christianity. They were colonized, given the Christianity, and now that's literally part of the way that they keep those societies quote-unquote less progressive. Stamp down progressive movements and then point at all of these places and go, look at how non-progressive they are. It's like, fam, you all invented this. Not all of them are Muslim. Like, I get it, there's other religions that also have some homophobic shit, but like, half of them are the Christian ones. And y'all did that. Okay, see, that last episode was so good. It was all that. It was literally all that energy. I was on smoke. I had smoke for everybody, bro. I don't think it was quite as good as the last episode, though. Is it ethical to be religious right now? It's just, that's actually something I'm extremely proud of. Like, being able to go through the story of my family's religious history and where we came from 1,000 years ago to now, and bringing that back into a cooked thoughts asked question where I'm like, wait, can I even, like, read about religion right now? Like, chill, bro. Actually relax. Like, that's what the show's for. That's what the show is for. My hair looked nice at the start of this. I thought it looked so hot. You can tell I'm actually stoned because I'm still going. I just want to look at myself. This is one of my usual as I edit inserts, but I thought you deserved the mic. Someone's gonna socialism mug me and be significantly more well-read, you know, whether it's now or in 5,000 years, you know, some historian watching my videos, because obviously I'm an extremely important person. Important? I'm extremely important. Fucking hell. So if you're sitting there being like, that's not socialism, that's communism, and that doesn't work like that, and that's not this, and this isn't that. Good. I am not the most well-read person. There's a literal billion people with a larger knowledge base than me. Listen to those people. This is a comedy show. In this episode, it certainly doesn't. Listen, I had my fun. And I'm sorry. Kinda. Should I just learn some Mandarin for the bit? Because, like, oh, fuck it, let's do it. This will be the start of the next episode. If you're seeing this, the next episode starts with what I'm about to say. If I could just summon myself the ability to speak another language, not like instead, but as well, I'm picking Mandarin. And I think that's the right choice, because that's like a billion people you have instant access to. The only other place with a billion is India, and they have multiple languages. China would also have hella dialects, but like, bitches be speaking Chinese, Mandarin. I don't know if they call it Chinese because China said, yo, it's Chinese now, because we're the ones who speak Mandarin, so it's Chinese now. Because everybody says Chinese, and I don't know if it's just an American thing to call it Chinese, or if we're calling it Chinese. Anyway, for me, I want to speak multiple languages because I want to speak to the largest number of people. For the record, I cannot fluently speak multiple languages. I have a bit of Japanese and a bit of Italian because my school did Japanese and Italian, because, I don't know, we be in Australia, like, It's not like we're going to learn Spanish because Mexico's there or French because we're in Canada. Like, there's nothing really near us. Like, there's New Zealand. They be mostly speaking English, and getting a bunch of Maori to come and teach indigenous languages. How you gonna do that, chief? Because otherwise I would say I'd love to learn indigenous languages from here, but you're gonna summon a bunch of indigenous teachers from the abyss? You're gonna go grab people and be like, yo, you work for us now, you're teaching languages. Like, that's a little nuts. So we pick random shit. We pick random shit from around the world, and I got the Japanese and Italian. Actually, so much Italian that sometimes when I was working at my warehouse job for a bit, I would be counting things and just count in Italian. It's just a natural thing for me to occasionally uno, due, tre, and I'm like, huh. I don't think me doing the has ever made it into a video so far. Does that mean I'm cutting it out every time? Or did it just not make it last time? I don't know. I don't usually record these when I'm actually cooked. That's kind of the concept of the show, is that it's actually when I'm not stoned anymore that I'm thinking this much and therefore have cooked thoughts. It's a whole thing. I'm a little bit lit right now, so it's a little all over the place, and I have no idea how I'm going to edit this. Will it actually be the opener of the episode? If it's chill enough. Like Arabic, the other W option, another huge option. If I had to like get it down to like 5 languages, obviously English because it's the most learned language. Bitches from everywhere learn some English, watch English shows. Hollywood's so English. It's film and TV so English. The people be learning English. So like I already know and am a master of the most useful language generally. But like I need like Swahili, you know what I mean? Like that's gotta be on the list. There's gotta be Africa, because Europe is covered by English. Sorry, deal with it. Asia, you go Mandarin, and then I don't remember which one. I did research on this, by the way. I don't remember which one's more spoken, Hindi or Punjabi. I don't remember which one is spoken more, but whichever one's spoken more, you get that one. So English, Arabic, Mandarin, Punjabi/Hindi, whichever one's more spoken. Did I put English in the count already? What am I missing? Oh yeah, and then something from Africa. I googled like most spoken language in Africa, and it hit me with the Swahili. And then a different one when I was looking at an actual like numbered list of the most spoken languages. A different African language came up first. Did I mention Arabic? The Arabic do be important. What language would you learn? Like randomly, if I want to move to another country where there's another language, I gotta learn the language. I'm not like, I would love to move to Finland, you know, less problems, more sauna, but I couldn't move to Finland and not learn Finnish. Like I'm not gonna be that guy that's like, speak English, bitch, in Finland. Like, they be speaking English in Finland, but am I gonna actually like request that of people? Do I want to be the "do you speak English" guy for the entire time I live in a place? No. So like maybe for the bit, I just learn Finnish. Okay, now I'm finished. Okay, no, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have even recorded it because now I'll keep it in.